Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're exploring a truly fascinating intersection where deep spiritual devotion meets hardcore public health logistics. You know, places of worship are cornerstones of our society. They offer sanctuary, community, and of course, sacred food. But think about this for a second. When you're feeding millions of people every single day, how do you actually guarantee that food is as safe as it is spiritually fulfilling? Well, today, we're going to unpack the ingenious system designed to do exactly that.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll look at the sheer scale of sacred food, break down Project BHOG, walk through the 5 steps to certification, examine the power of proper training, and see how this protects the local community.
Section 1. The Scale of Sacred Food. Feeding India's Devotees. Get this. Every single day, more than 30 crore, that's over 300 million devotees, consume Prasad across India. I mean, just wrap your head around that volume. Whether it's prepared right there inside the temple premises or brought in from outside, and regardless of the unique cooking styles used, it creates an absolutely colossal footprint for public health and food safety. We aren't just talking about a couple of local kitchens here. We're looking at a nationwide, daily feeding operation of historic proportions.
And this brings us to a point where cultural reverence beautifully meets bureaucratic process. We've all heard the phrase, cleanliness is next to godliness, right? Well, the source material drives home that because this food is considered pure and is eaten with such absolute trust by devotees from all walks of life, it literally must be prepared with the utmost importance to hygiene. Purity requires serious sanitation.
Moving to Section 2, Project BHOG Explained, the Fssai initiative. So how in the world do you systemize safety for over 30 crore daily meals? The Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, or Fssai, came up with a massive nationwide solution, Project BHOG. It aims to spread awareness about safe food handling practices across temples, mosques, gurudwaras, churches, and monasteries. It's one universal standard applied to a wonderfully diverse religious landscape.
Now, BHOG actually stands for Blissful Hygienic Offering to God. It's a huge pillar of the broader Eat Right initiative. And the key takeaway here is that it's not just about slapping down a bunch of strict rules. It's a holistic approach. It's about guaranteeing that devotees receive safe, wholesome food along with their blessings. By integrating eating healthy, eating safe, and eating sustainably, it ensures the physical well-being of the devotee is honored just as much as their spiritual well-being.
Section 3. 5 Steps to Certification. The Path to Food Safety.
The Fssai broke this down into 5 incredibly clear, actionable steps to become an officially certified Eat Right place of worship. They basically took what could be an overwhelming hygiene goal and turned it into a manageable, literal journey to certification.
Let's look at the setup. Step 1 is simple. Register and nominate the place of worship online. But Step 2 is where it gets really interesting. They undergo a pre-audit against a strict, downloadable Fssai checklist. Before they even try to fix a single thing, they have to figure out exactly where they stand. It sets a totally objective baseline for their current kitchen facilities and handling practices.
Once they have that baseline, the real work starts. Step 3 requires the staff to complete rigorous FOSTIC training. That's food safety training and certification. Then for Step 4, they don't get to grade themselves. They must pass a final audit by Fssai empaneled third-party agencies or hygiene rating auditors. If they nail that, they hit Step 5 and earn their official certification, which is valid for 2 years. So they can't just meet the standard once, they have to actively maintain it.
Section 4. The Power of Proper Training. Equipping Food Handlers.
The implementation plan laid out by the Fssai is super comprehensive. We're talking identifying nodal officers, master trainers, running workshops. It proves that Project BHOG isn't just an inspection, it is a massive capacity-building exercise aimed directly at the supervisors, the kitchen staff, and the vendors who physically handle the sacred food. And I really want to emphasize the role of the Fssai empaneled training partners here, like the Association of Food Scientists and Technologists India. They are literally the backbone of this operation. These partners, alongside state food safety officials and even brilliant college student volunteers from food science programs, are the ones on the ground. They deliver this FOSTAC training directly to the food handlers, transforming everyday vendors into certified, safe food professionals.
Section 5. Protecting the Local Community. The Ultimate Health Impact. So why does all this bureaucratic auditing matter to you and me? It's simple but so profound. When food handlers in and around the premises are thoroughly trained in hygiene, it radically drops the risk of foodborne illnesses.
By ensuring that these massive volumes of Prasad are safe and wholesome, Project BHOG directly protects the health of your entire local community. It turns places of worship into active hubs of public health excellence.
And we are seeing incredible momentum with this framework. According to the status report and the source data, there are already 1,179 officially certified places of worship across the country. Think about that. Over 1,000 massive community centers successfully operating right now with verified, audited, and trained food safety standards.
Which brings us to a pretty important question for you to ask the next time you visit. Has your local place of worship started their 5-step journey to keep your community safe? Are they working with those training partners to get certified? I highly encourage you to look into it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep asking the right questions about the food that fuels your community.